Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for September 26, 2018. Today we're going to take a look at the EURUSD, the euro versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. Now before I begin the analysis on the euro, it's important for me to recognize the fact that we have significant news later today. 2 p.m. Eastern US time, FOMC rate information popping up for the US that could significantly and dramatically change everything we're talking about here with our analysis today. If it's a significant raise of interest rates, as the forecast is to raise the interest rates, we could see a positive movement for the US dollar. If the rate has been priced into the market, we may see not much movement at that time. If there's any statement or made in the at the press conference or in the statement that alludes to further or less rate hikes, we could see significant movement. If there's no change, we could see significant negative movement. There's just so many variables that could happen at that time frame. So we need to be very cautious with our trading prior to that news at 2 p.m. Eastern US time. That being said, as we look at the euro dollar sitting on top of support for the past 4 days, this blue shaded area, top of the black box that we see here, blue zone 1.1710, 1745 has been support. It got above it a couple of days ago and now just sitting on top of it. The last time we were here above this blue zone was way back here on the left hand side, the big green oval here circle. We can see the market for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days sitting on top of that blue zone, eventually selling off and going all the way back down to the orange zone, but sitting above it as support. The question is, will we see something similar? Will we see it turn back lower again, or will we see it continue the rising trend that we've seen for the past couple of weeks along the red trend line and go higher? Again, it will likely all depend on what that news is. If we take a quick look at the US dollar index, the futures index chart here, we can see the US dollar been hold up underneath resistance, the 94 level, 93.90. We can see it holding up 1, 2, 3, 4 days just up underneath that resistance. So again, we have two potential outcomes here for the US dollar. Either we get a positive aggressive move for the US dollar and it goes up, or we get a negative aggressive move and it goes down. Those are the two scenarios we're looking for at 2 p.m. Eastern US today. So whichever one of those happens will likely determine what's going to happen here on the euro, whether it continues to go higher or goes back down. Positive movement for the US dollar sends the euro dollar back down. Negative movement for the US dollar sends it back higher again. Let's go ahead and zoom it in here a little bit, and you can see again, there it is, 1, 2, 3, 4 days sitting on top of 1.1745 area as support. The question of the day will be reversal or continuation for the euro. The blue zone 1745.10 is critical for this decision, because as long as it stays above it, I think we're looking at support and the possibility of it moving higher only if it gets back underneath. Do we look for it to go lower? So what's that going to look like? I think if we're going to see it go long, really that's going to be the more difficult part, is if it's going to go long. You may already be in buys because it's been sitting here as support for 4 days. So you may already be a long. So if you're looking at long opportunities, your risk and stop loss is likely underneath the blue zone. That way, if it does turn around and go back down, you limit the impact to your trading account. Going short could be a little bit more difficult because right now we're sitting on top of support. So if you're looking to go short, then you really have to wait for it to get back underneath that blue shaded area before you would look for a new opportunity. 4-hour time frame really doesn't change it a lot. It just gives us a little bit different vantage point of the current price action. Again, I think if you're considering the long shot, if you're considering going long prior to the FOMC news, you're probably already doing that, again, with your stop loss just underneath the blue shaded area. That way, if it breaks underneath, you limit the impact to your trading account. So if you're looking to go long, you're already in it. If you're looking to go short, I think we need it to get back underneath. A bearish candle, a bearish move, getting back underneath, then we have the opportunities to go short. So if you're a seller, you're waiting. You're waiting to see what the news does, and then you look for it to get back under the blue zone, the red trend line, and start reversing to go back down. If you're a buyer prior to the news, then you're probably already looking for those opportunities now, sitting on top of support, targeting the purple shaded area or higher for the euro dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.